Where do I have to go for the quest?
Leeway.
Jade Chamber, right. Go to Yujing Terrace to listen
Bro,
to
honestly,
Ningguang.
this shit made me want to pull for Shinha.
The quest?
Yeah, I'm not going to, but it made me want to.
Alright, well, what the fuck is this? Jade Chamber? Why is oh, the Jade Chamber's on your map. Okay. We're in your world.
Oh
Whoops.
shit. Right.
Might need to go back to my world for this. Right.
Right. Oh, do you have the stream up or?
No. You want me? Yeah, hold on. I got you. Yeah, that sounds like a fucking wet dream for for Ningguang. For what's her name?
Yo Mia. Yo Mia.
Yumiya?
Yen Mia.
Yen Mia? Yoi Guang? Oh, it just goes in. Okay.
I have gathered everyone here
Ningguang!
to make an important
I
announcement.
fucking love her, bro.
She's awesome.
Perhaps some of you.
Oh my God! Look at her!
I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Oh! Oh!
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
That's definitely a black guy.
Why does he sound like? Why does he sound like that?
Dude, if this is gonna be a YouTube video, guys, I'm black. I can say that. But
So much lately.
that was a nigga. I swear, bro.
Why did? Oh my God!
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in
And this guy, who is? Who are
Yeah.
these people?
These randoms.
This
I'll be right
fucking.
back. You keep going.
All right.
Ningguang. Is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project.
Interesting.
Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other two.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically, Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber. Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find.
A generous price, you
And
say?
in addition, the first 3 people who collect
Tee-hee.
all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question.
Where's my sister?
You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information
By the
about
way,
Harbor's development plan for next year.
Is that the guy that was possessed by Zhongli's friend?
Huh. With the glasses?
Yes.
It looks like him.
I think it is, right? I could be mistaken.
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first takes the market.
Haha, what a coincidence. I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about
Sir?
Plostrite just the other day.
This guy's
So
confused.
excuse
He's
me,
confused.
I have some business to do.
Oh, do you?
No.
Yeah, I think that's him, dude.
Or this
It looks
opportunity
just
will be
like
snatched
him.
away from us.
It does. I love this music.
This music is so good. All the Liyue music is so good, bro.
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested?
Can I really ask you anything at all? Yes.
Yes. Providing the question pertains to something
Thank
I am
you!
knowledgeable about.
Really? Ooh, the part
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance.
This character's amazing.
The
Ooh.
construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site.
Oh.
Once you have collected the
Oh, I
materials,
know that
please take them
place.
there. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary.
Catching?
Remember, this is a rare
Catching? Oh, it's Ganyu?
rare opportunity presents itself to you.
It's neither?
Do not let somebody else snatch it from you.
It's her actual secretary.
Who the fuck? God damn it.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we better get going. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look,
Ooh.
looks like there's something kind of fishy going on
Whoever could that be?
Oh
my.
This young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up.
Who? These guys are trying to hit on her, aren't they?
As it
They're trying to do
is,
some wild shit.
We have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private.
Oh
Get down to
no.
brass tacks.
No, I don't need it.
Ah, don't be like that.
Bro, her vision is
Hey,
on her
come
hair.
Don't go. Why
I
don't you
love it.
stand there after her? Oh, right.
Excuse me? Who are they chasing? They're not chasing her, are they?
They trying to get fucked up.
They're slowly walking towards her. Because they're not chasing her.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information.
Quickly!
Just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out. They're not here.
Oh, there they are.
Let's keep looking.
Durham!
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run. Don't worry.
Sir?
We're not bad guys. You give us some mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Sir?
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information.
She is Shenhe.
If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Please do.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't.
No more excuses! I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few bites. Then seen you at kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites, then you're on your way again. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little spare change, huh?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor.
Do it!
But here we are.
Yes!
Perhaps. Yes. Let's call it fate.
Oh, she Oh, huh.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better.
Thank you.
Sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this?
Mind your own business. I swear. Silence. How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
Yeah. Get him.
Don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Oh, he flipped real quick. Takes away the hooligans.
Shenhe,
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is...
I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
I like her.
You can't do that. That's way too violent.
Nonsense.
This is Lila Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws?
She said laws?
Apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. Thanks, then. Of course you're still...
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals.
Huh?
Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal. After all, you can't...
Are we gonna see any of the characters from there? Please.
Do you think Shenhe might be an adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here. If she is an adeptus, that would explain everything.
Not necessarily.
Where does she fit in with the other adepti, though? Paimon's super curious.
Yen Fei's an Adeptus, and she seems perfectly fine.
Word.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Where's Baizu? Where's Chi Chi?
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
She's really eating them.
My hunger has now abated. Thank you. Rather awful.
Okay.
Though they were not completely
So they
devoid
taste
of
terrible, actually.
After consuming a large quantity of them,
I love her eyes.
is all that remains.
Right.
So, how can you chow down on these if Paimon had enough more?
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is most delicious. But should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains. That proves it. Paimon knew she was an adeptus.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right. And now we're...
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep. Were you interested?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow. But having an adeptus help out will make things a whole lot...
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great!
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone shall be...
Yo, she's tweaking!
It's crazy, bro.
Not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Really? But I I hear that
That was
competition
funny.
is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
We want to win this competition for Sunset Vermilionite.
She said, "We just gotta kill everyone."
Easy. 1-2.
So, for Prostrite,
I was wondering who I could hear.
Yes! Yes!
It's you.
Bro, they keep teasing him.
Look
If
at
he's not-
him!
Bro, if he's not the best Dendro character, I will be upset.
Look at how beautiful this man is.
His design is so good.
We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
huh? How can Lady Ningguang need so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did
Look
hear
at
she's looking to
him.
rebuild the
Oh
Jade
my
Chamber.
god.
Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask.
I love his voice too.
Yeah, me
And the
too.
little snake.
Personal affairs.
Damn it.
And she also borrowed Chi-Chi.
Where the fuck is Dendro?
Boo Pharmacy is very
Where's the chasm?
I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
Ah.
No, we've got other stuff to
Why did she bother borrow Chi-Chi? What?
do a lot. Have you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilionite?
Ah, the variety of clostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
Okay then, let's go ask in the Feiyun Commerce.
You know what that means.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
If only that was actually true.
I know.
Man isn't even a fucking playable character and we can't see him. Can I talk to him?
Why does Lady Ningguang need so much wound dressing? Is it really such risky business rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is all most peculiar.
Interesting.
I love him.
He's awesome. I need more Baizu. How's it going?
It's like I'm just running through the first couple floors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness
Oh,
you're finally
shit.
back.
Oh, why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been completely caught off guard. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself.
Does he look
shortly.
darker?
Slightly.
Oh,
Right?
Wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Xingqiu, glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment.
Sir? How about you wait a moment?
Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well?
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction. And a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and
Holy
I'm guessing the
shit.
final transaction price may be in excess
What?
of 500
That's
million
expensive.
Nora.
Oh yeah.
500 million?
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly
Yeah.
inflated, and it's just not worth it.
Couldn't buy it if I wanted to, honestly.
Sunset Vermilionite?
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Well, Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper.
Huh.
But if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some sunset vermilionite. After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! Wouldn't it be a...
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains.
Correct.
Alright then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long. So please, be very careful.
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Shincho. It should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
Holy shit.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
Wow, that's amazing!
She just changed the weather?
Robin?
She just changed the weather?
Hey, look! Is that an Exilio?
Yeah, the same thing happened in my world. I guess she does.
Silly. Huh. Oh, it skipped the fucking dialogue. Cryo or pyro?
You can use Mona for this.
Okay.
It is as the stars foretold.
That was Mona?
Yes.
I haven't heard her voice in so long.
I know. She does have a nice voice. I love her voice.
What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here? Oh, so many clouds.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? Let Paimon see. Huh? Isn't that the Sealy from before? Look, it's gone and snuck beneath. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete.
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used for spatial partitioning. If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
Alright, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters.
Oh, am I gonna get Trial
know
Shenhe?
Hiding, so we'd better be careful.
Fuck. I should have brought a cryo character.
Alright. Damn.
Damn. It's fine. I imagine they have her like able to be at least a little bit of a DPS.
Yeah.
The music in here is amazing.
Okay.
Unleash.
Wait, she has two of them? One of her
There's multiple constellations. Like, why would they give us multiple constellations in her trial?
These
That's false advertising.
sons of bitches. It's like when Ayaka was announced, and in her trailer they showed her having 3 of her ults.
Oh yeah.
And that's like a constellation.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed when I saw
that's
that.
Like C2 at that.
This music's amazing.
Stabilize.
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
Gather. Order guide you.
We go!
Unleash! Cryo Incarnate! Manifest! The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Don't wait. With sword comes shadow.
Nice. Ooh, cutscene. Oh shit.
Pulls out wings.
Sir?
And Paimon, you can freaking fly.
Dead ass. Paimon never falls. Oh my god, come on.
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first.
Ow.
Speed of light. Don't blink.
Ow.
I will have order.
Unleash! Obey!
Solidify.
Speed of light.
Delves into destiny. Decided by destiny.
Nowhere to hide.
Unleash!
Incoming.
Uh-oh. Bro, this shit like work. Come on now.
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna fall.
Oh no.
Luckily, there's water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently.
And the gliders.
Yeah.
You get the gliders.
Let's catch up. Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Oh, is this a maze? Okay, never mind. Door of Resurrection. That means we're gonna be having another fight.
Manifest! Unleash!
Sounds cool.
By ordinance divine!
This is order.
Speed of light. Cut to the chase. Ninjutsu.
Manifest! Written in the stars!
Written in
We'll
stars.
have order. Stabilize.
Don't blink. Hey.
Unleash! Manifest!
Stabilize.
Speed of light.
You tried the whole version?
Oh, I haven't, no.
Transfiguration!
There we go.
Cryo incarnate!
Let me scry. Don't blink. With sword comes shadow. Hey. Gotta dash.
Nice.
Shadows of...
This is cool.
Look, over there! Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
Looks like it.
Is this it? It's so huge! That's true!
Plaustrite doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around this. Only after being activated does Plaustrite reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm and ascending up into the heavens.
Wow, Shenhe.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Hold on a sec. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be But if we don't activate it...
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Excuse me?
Are you sure? Be careful.
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a plaustrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. My safety.
That's right. Paimon's sure you gotta be extra careful.
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the plaustrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
How is she gonna move this big ass rock?
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself?
Core strength.
Slow down yet? Let's
Ooh,
go
a precious
to the
chest.
building site.
Nice. That was a cool domain.
She just lifted that shit and put it on her
Yeah, she
shoulder.
just picked it up. Well, it's the fastest way to get there, I guess, here. I was wondering what they were going to do at this mining site. Damn, look at all this shit. This is all new, right?
Or they building.
Oh.
my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's got to be one of those adepti, surely.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition
Bywin?
is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations, this item is approved for submission. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
And she beat them there.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest plostrite specimen. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Okay, Miss Secretary. What?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plostrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as a Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is...
Cool.
Shenhua, just now on the way over, pretty much
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? When Paimon can't help but hold her...
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how adepti are.
But I am not...
Shenhua?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Bywin said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
You can't do that. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. Alright?
Bro, she not 12.
That's how she be talking to her though.
If you insist.
She's like, I can't.
Okay, I guess she is 12.
Oh fuck. Floor 11 is the defense or the first chamber.
What do you mean?
It's the you gotta protect the thing.
Oh, yeah. That's annoying. Why is his name Juan?
Checking in, are we?
This is my man Juan.
We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in it. So business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky. One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room, here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy.
Shenhua, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Let's buy one for Shenhua too.
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to
Sheesh.
disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I
Keep
will hear
thick.
if you knock on the door.
She's bad.
Mm-hmm. See you tomorrow.
See you tonight, more like.
Hey, isn't that Cloud Retainer?
There she is.
Here. Let's go and say hi.
Low key, you might, you might have like 20 to 30 minutes left.
It's fine. I've already started. I can't go back.
I'm sitting here like, damn, this quest was kind of long.
One trust you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah,
Why is there like bass in her voice?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority
Okay,
of
so
her
it's
time
intentional.
in
She has like
Liyue
an echo to her
Harbor.
voice.
All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
Cool. So, what's her adept? Calling her Shenhua feels kind of friendly, but
Her Adeptus name. On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what? What? You knew already?
Duh.
Do you mean to say that she... Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave.
What?
One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered inside with Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
What the fuck?
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival. But not so her. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhua might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shenhe may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
That's still so dangerous.
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her.
Does that include Zhao?
However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay. The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well. It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you, and take good care of her.
Oh, now Paimon gets it.
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. The truth is that while Liyue Harbor may seem peaceful today, Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will if she handles it admirably. One is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, the Adepti shall not hesitate to seize control. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and not...
Interesting.
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it?
And then she's smart.
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you. So I went outside to
Was
check
she
on
thoughtful?
It's word.
Acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me.
We literally just started talking to her now.
After all, Master is very talkative. It's okay. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you.
So those red ropes
Because in my
are
experience,
containing
trying to
her
explain
fucking...
is a futile pursuit.
Her
Her
wanting...
frickin' murderous
her
intent.
murderous intent.
Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an Adeptus or a human isn't the...
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title friend very much indeed.
Great! Well, but before we do that, after all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhua. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Yup.
Yup.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky!
What the fuck?
But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Violet! And hey, Beta!
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
What the
I love
fuck?
how they're using Beto a lot now.
Yes!
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains...
So Yunjin's helping out with construction work?
Before we find some suitable plastrite,
She's an opera singer.
keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto? You're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of Sunset Vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
Sir? I'll kindly ask you not to rub your microphone.
I didn't realize I was...
That was breaking my eardrums.
Was it?
Yes, that's loud.
Damn, I didn't even realize I was doing that.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine.
That's why I need a mic.
This is...
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry, not sure we've met.
Oh.
Shenhe, I am their
Shit.
friend.
Good to meet you.
Oh,
A
Beto.
friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yoon is also
You're
here for the
amazing.
contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
What?
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed.
Nah, they're not good in team comps.
To be honest with you all,
Ah.
I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plaustrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side. Wow.
She's very soft-spoken.
Three of us are competitors now. Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case,
Thank you, baby.
I have a proposal to you. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
I agree.
Sounds great, but how does that change the...
The plaustrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of
Sorry,
us
I was stressing
the
over
other 2
here.
can hop on the bandwagon.
Did you make it?
Yes.
Okay.
How'd you do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make.
This character is fucking beautiful.
She's great.
I love her so much.
I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang.
She
of
said
Alpha
we.
Ironmongers.
Excuse me?
Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
No, come back.
Okay, let's go.
Beto's been doing a lot in the story lately.
She has.
Ningguang Yunjin, I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion. Ooh, what's the opera? The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Oh.
Interesting. Is this the iron guy? Yes, it is.
One need not scry to know today's weather will be good.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing.
Her design is amazing.
Hammer all day.
Bro, the character designs lately have been pristine, on point.
So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come.
No, we were gonna...
Sure. Well, you'll need 2 kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrose. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, that's trickier. It's all but unheard of on the market. I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of the stuff. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter iron around
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there. I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. Oh, this is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The divine damsel of devastation is your upcoming. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story?
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to mad. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of...
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No! Don't do it, little girl!
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
I really like this story,
I wonder why.
but I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
The autobiography of Shenhe.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon!
Fuck!
Some Star Splinter!
Damn. Sorry, this is a mechanical array.
Use visions to find us. What? I assume that means elemental sight.
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant either. Yeah.
So am I just supposed to wander around? Or does that mean... Oh, do I need to use like an element?
There's one right there. And the other one is like up and to the left.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, because elemental sight doesn't show anything. Oh, whatever.
This should be enough star sponge or iron. Now we just need to find that Sabrosium.
We haven't even spoken to anyone.
I think I saw a village on our way here.
Oh, there it is.
Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
She sounds like a fucking narrator. With how smooth her voice is.
Yeah.
Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something? Huh. He didn't seem to catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Sabrosium.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
Excuse me?
It's
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You're alive.
So this story is actually based on her.
The rumors.
Yeah.
So, all these years? I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Sabrosium. But I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here. So you can rummage around all you want.
Huh?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around.
Yunjin is like, alright, let's go.
Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Okay, then let's see what we can find in this village.
Huh. What's this?
Holy shit. So her dad left her in the cave?
Bro.
That's fucked up.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel? Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. Oh. It looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
That's crazy. Oh shit.
So it seems that Shenhe's father thought he was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. But in fact, he summoned an evil god's remains, which took the form of a monster.
Damn, her father hung himself.
Fucked up.
His obsessive yearning
Bruh.
for his deceased wife led to a terrible tragedy. The villagers moved away in fear, without ever learning the truth. And now, this place is deserted. Still, I do wonder what the connection is between Shenhe and Mingjin.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Sabrosium. Let's have a look over there. This is it.
Nope.
So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Sabrosium. Let's go back and tell Shenhua the news.
Cool.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen, let it all escalate. And, well, we all know how that story ended. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhua, we're back.
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end.
Almost like, all right, leave. We're trying to win the
Word.
princess.
Shenhua, look. This tells us how to find Sabrosium. All we gotta do.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts. So I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhua, Yunjin, cut the chit chat. Let's go.
Paimon, if you don't,
like, we gotta get this money.
she's like, I'm trying to get this shmoney. Like, Paimon, if you don't shut the fuck up, there is very important character developing going on right now.
Jesus Christ.
What's going on? It's a lot harder than you thought.
Mechanical arrays being stupid
Oh.
and not dying fast enough.
I knew that thing was gonna be a problem.
It's like I'm getting the health like to less than like a third,
Mm-hmm.
and like before it like brings out the other little things, but it takes me so long to kill the next part because I'm using like Chingchu and Yoimiya to kill the little guardian or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when it's time to go damage the thing, none of my stuff is ready. So now I'm just sitting there losing DPS. And by that time I'm at like 830. And I need time to kill the fire lector.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus. Alright. And I don't think this full Geo team is gonna get it done.
Is that Zhao?
It is.
My guy. I don't need to look for any Subrosium. I need to find Zhao. I can just talk to him.
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea? Ningguang did. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest.
What?
According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now. But these things can be unpredictable. I have a contingency plan of my own. Only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harbor. If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself.
So he just told us that something's going on in Liyue.
Yep.
What the fuck am I looking for here? So, Subrosium. That's Core Lapis. That is oh, there it is.
Scry the sky. That's everything we need. Let's head back and report in.
What is the situation?
Right? Right?
Simon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
That's a yes. Okay.
No, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said right, right? Because I switched characters.
Oh, yes.
Is this the team I want to do this with, though?
Conquering demons is what I do.
Ready for instance.
He's so serious all the time.
I conquer demons. It's what I do.
Yo, Shy, you want to get some tea? Man, conquering demons is what I do.
I don't have time for that. Oh, you said no.
Stay close and you will live.
That's good. He said the Adepti aren't supposed to get involved. I'm involving them anyways.
Useless.
Oh,
So,
this is some top quality ore you found. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing?
She said, how's the A-team doing? I love you.
A bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get up.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next. But where should we find items relating to the Adepti?
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils.
Oh.
Master heard that Ningguang
That's convenient.
was planning to rebuild the
Right.
Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you. And
No,
I'll take care of these
stay.
Adepti sigils.
We need more beautiful women here.
Without knowing the ins and outs of
Word.
your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Beto, you're so fucking amazing.
She's the best.
Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
That guy kind of just sounded like Snake for a second.
Yeah.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though
Damn.
they are in some respects
Hey.
inferior to my masters, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Well, well, well. It looks like the gang's all here.
Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to see Calamity. I want to see that cutscene you were talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He said, I want to see that cutscene again. I heard it. Oh,
No
shit.
wonder.
What happened?
Oh, I'm sitting here like, why is my official not doing anything? I didn't have her goblet on her.
Nice. Well, the Jade Chamber's up. Slightly.
Ningguang's little secretary, we found all the materials.
Oh, already?
Yes.
All three of you found them together. Okay, I see. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. I hereby announce that the winners of this—
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the plus strike yet.
Get this guy out of here, bro.
I can't believe it.
Jesus.
So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed.
He
to
said,
the
yo, that's wickety wickety whack.
Ningguang is waiting for you.
That's what he sound like, bro.
She was right here.
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
All right then. Guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber. This has been a long time.
This should be fun. Jade Chamber. Rise of the Jade Chamber.
Yes.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the
Yes.
Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah.
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here, in the newly built Jade Chamber? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens. I can think of no better stage for you than here, Miss Yun.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
You're next. What is your question?
If we don't get some fucking answers,
I should clarify.
I swear to God.
I do not know your sister's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Sigh.
Wow. You're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well. Guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Can we not?
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, an instinct for what is a good opportunity. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement.
Wow. Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here.
Ha 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 ha.
Rate of remuneration.
Great! So next time we run out of Moro, we just need to come to Ningguang?
Can I go see her now? I'm out, bro. I need Mora.
Yeah, for real.
What do you mean, no more questions? We didn't.
Thank you. But I don't.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you.
Yeah, just don't waste it.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Oh, a sense of belonging.
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it. It always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it.
That's my reasoning.
In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou. It's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest.
She's hilarious.
Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about.
Oh.
It's not going to be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry.
Excuse me?
I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Oh shit! Oh, it's getting real.
Watch your back. Stay up.
Beidou? Ningguang? What are you talking about?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know.
Bitch, we're gonna help. I would like to know.
Word, bitch, like, what the fuck you about to get me into right now?
Hello?
I stood at the edge of the
And that was today.
and looked down upon Liyue Harbor.
That was probably Shenhe too. She's like, I got you
I
guys.
dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Teyvat.
Damn straight.
My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time.
This is definitely a lot bigger, right? It's not just me. Than like the old Jade Chamber.
Always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
It might be the same thing.
Probably.
We just haven't seen it.
It's been so long, dude.
Let the ascension ceremony commence.
Oh, cutscene. Yes! Let's get it. Well.
Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who's that?
Osial's wife.
Oh,
Final follower
shit.
of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No. In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome
Oh,
this crisis.
Oh, is that her alt? What?
Gilgamesh, is that
What
you?
the fuck?
That shit missing like her ult too.
Dude, this is sick. Yes! Oh my god, yes! Ah, shit.
Tsunami incoming!
What's that? Wave! A giant wave!
What the fuck was Ganyu gonna do? Oh shit!
Ass kicked.
Why are we using that fucking dull blade? Come on now. Oh! Oh! Oh!
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
Oh my god, what is this music? Holy shit! Bro, what the fuck? Oh shit! Bro,
that cutscene was fucked.
This character's amazing.
Bro,
that cutscene was amazing.
Bro, what?
I assume we're going in. Yo.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, that's why I said not to bring water.
I hardly see this as a great miss. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive.
Damn, I wish I brought Electro. It looks like.
Maybe nearing the end of your stint.
Yeah.
But in a fight to the death,
I had Cryo on Pyro.
Ah. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Torn to oblivion. I swear by my sword.
Stabilize.
Obey. Manifest.
Fuck.
Stabilize.
Shine down. Useless.
Oh, Zhao.
Worthless. Here. Worthless. Worthless.
There we go. Oh.
Solidify.
This is your I must not lose team.
Yeah.
I will have order.
Meatball! Oh.
Unleash.
No, come back. Fuck. Oh, shit.
Now you shall perish.
Hey. With style.
this place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her. If the place collapsed, the consequences would be disastrous. Let's head back.
That cutscene was everything. Holy
Bro.
shit.
And I don't know what cutscene was better, that one or the original Osayo fight.
I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
There's crystals everywhere.
How did things go underwater?
I love Ningguang.
She's awesome.
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you visit the Jade Chamber in the future, you will be afforded generous treatment.
Lady Ningguang,
Hey.
the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned to normal.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help.
Damn straight.
On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
Let the soldiers
Aw.
recuperate.
What the fuck?
No.
Oh my god.
If she returns with a vengeance, we must be prepared.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
So that's where it came from. Okay.
Yeah.
One has observed your adaptation of
And a little
the
anticlimactic there.
It's fine.
Find oneself
I'm happy that we didn't have to
convinced
destroy
that you
another
have
fucking Jade
evidence
Chamber.
some
Yeah.
degree of novel thinking. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to the last time. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future. Do not suppose that one will not continue observing you hereafter.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection in which you returned. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Ma'am? She can get all of this.
All of it.
Like,
Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe.
oh, we will.
She is a dear
We
child.
definitely will.
In fact, one has many fond memories of Shenhe's childhood that she
Bruh,
may be interested
why she start being a mom?
Word.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. They are all like this. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you. One shall be going
That's
home
hilarious.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy.
If I don't get like 50 million Mora.
Both the completion of the Jade Chamber
Damn it.
and the
Honestly.
fact that Liyue has weathered another crisis. This banquet must be the most spectacular ever.
Alright. Sir. You're a dirty liar, by the way.
What?
That like 45 minutes max.
Yeah, it was definitely like an hour. What am I doing wrong?
Who's sitting with Ning Wang? Someone sit with her.
I know.
I'm attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber. The food here looks amazing.
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoys yourself. Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust you will find the marvelous view from the Jade Chamber to be an equally gratifying indulgence.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Ooh.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here.
Why is that guy's
I've
name
never
Zhu
missed
Tao?
any of Miss Yun's performances, and I don't intend to start now.
Is that Hu Tao's dad?
No.
I hear she's going to perform
Hu
the
Tao's old as fuck.
Damsel of
I think.
Devastation today. The one
Is
made
she?
by her father.
Or no, you know what? Never mind. She's
So
like 16, I think.
excited that
Or
I
18.
barely slept
18?
the last
18.
nights.
Hey, look! Miss Yun is going on stage.
Oh my god. Ah! If she does her idol pose, I'm going to be very upset.
No. That's the whole thing.
Good.
That's hilarious.
Sir? Fine.
批冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
That was amazing.
It was.
That was so fucking dope. Oh my god, that was so good.
I had epic background music.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Ugh.
Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the Divine Damsel of Devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you. I think I found the opportunity I needed to change.
Ms. Yun, here you are. Great to see you.
Sir?
Huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP.
Sir?
Yeah, that's it, like an adeptus. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The divine damsel herself.
Clearly you're ahead, dude.
This guy's fucking plastered.
Well, I'll be. This was definitely worth showing up for. Let me pull up a chair. All right. We'll all have a friendly chat, get better acquainted.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own lips.
Ma'am?
Feels all too familiar. Shenhua's back to her old self again.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhua.
Bro, she gonna kill him!
Bro. She crazy.
Aw, why does it end there? Boo.
To act, one must first feel. After our trip to Mount Tianheng together, I felt much more in touch with the character today. I believe I was able to deliver a more profound performance because of it. Next time I have a new opera, may we study the character together again.
Yes. Ooh. Oh, shit! It gave...
Yeah. 60 primos?
It gave me boss material for Shenhe!
Oh.
Now that I think about it, I'm sure I have much...
That's like 40 resin right there, buddy.
I guess. Hi, Ningguang.
You've made an exceptional contribution toward the building of the new Jade Chamber. I will not forget this. I shall be sure to repay your kindness at an appropriate juncture.
Sure you can. Alright, I don't think there's anything else for me to do here. That quest was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That quest was so good.
It was one of their best quests ever.
And it wasn't even like, compared to the other quests, this quest was way shorter.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
It was so good.
You know why it was so good though? You know why it was so good? Because it
used their characters.
Yes, because it focused on the fucking characters.
Yep.
They didn't bother no stupid side plot, no stupid fucking sub story about some stupid fucking
NPC,
generic ass NPC
Yeah.
that nobody cares about. Right?
Yep.
They focused on Shenhe, they focused on Yunjin, Ningguang, and the rest of the fucking characters that were in here, and they made it fucking amazing.
Yeah. Just the appearance of Baizu, Xingqiu, it made it feel like there's a world and these characters live in it.
Exactly. It's not like, oh, like these characters are just like, oh, they're just I'm just switching to these characters in my party. Like,
right.
It's not
exactly.
Like, they all exist. Like we even just seeing like Zhao in passing, seeing fucking like even like Cloud Retainer, like some of the other Adeptus, like just seeing like seeing the story like play out with all these characters. Oh my god, it was amazing. It was so good.
Yep.
And the cutscene.
Less NPCs, more characters. Yo, that cutscene, bro.
That cutscene was everything. That cutscene.
It
so
was
good.
anime. It was so anime.
It was so anime.
Bro, freaking Shenhe was like, nah, bro.
She was like, nah.
Stop this wave.
Mm-mm. She fucking froze the tsunami. Just fucking. And then Ningguang, bro. She whipped out the ult. She
whipped out her ult, bro.
She said, submit. That was awesome. I was so happy. Oh, I'm so happy about that. That was an amazing quest.